You ready? Do you feel like you're on the news?
Do I feel like I'm on the news? No, I feel like I'm going to be questioned about some funny things. My parents, well, my father was only 43 when he passed away, and I was 8. And I can remember the day that they took him to the hospital, and I can remember him getting ready to go, and I can remember my sister after the phone call come that he didn't make it, and my brother, and it was a very, very, very sad night. That she loved to garden, and she loved to fry chicken and make green beans, and my brother hated the green beans, so she always had to fix him peanut butter and jelly. Well, I guess there was quite a few things. Number one, let's see, just staying late out past my time to be home, which was 9 o'clock, and I never got home till 10:30. It was an old piano that was in the house when my mom moved there, and it was just a bunch of crap, but I did take a few lessons with it. And then, I love the outside, and I love the sports and climbing trees, and I wasn't much a girly girl. But this person said that they wanted a piano, and I said, I want a bicycle. You take the piano, and I'll take the bicycle. And that's what happened. I would say, I think so many times, I know I was busy, I had a business, I had children, and what have you, but if I could do it all over, I'd spend every minute I could with you. And I really miss you, and you was a great mother. It was difficult because I had 3 brothers, and my oldest brother, Len, was in World War II, and he was in Germany and during the war. My other 2 brothers was in service. Emmett was in the Navy, and Glenn was in the Navy, and they both were somewhere at that time, not at home. But being with my mother and having the stars in the windows for my brothers, and that was another thing. My father passed away during those years in 42, and my brother was in Germany during the war. My dad had been dead 3 months before they found him to notify him that his father was gone. I was just a typical kid. I loved the outside, and I loved the trees, and I loved the bicycles, and I guess I was too young to really take it all very serious. I was in a drugstore, Dyke's drugstore in Fredericktown, Missouri, and his aunt worked there, who was Maxine Rogers. And Don came in, and he was dressed in his uniform, and he sat at the end of the counter. And I don't know what he ordered, but anyway, he asked Maxine who I was, and asked if she would invite me out to her house so he could meet me. And this is how it started. And his smile and his kindness and the way he treated me, and his love for all people. He loved food and people. Well, it was kind of sad because before that he was going to Iceland or somewhere, and I was going to be able to go. But then when the guy turned down the trip to Iceland or whatever, then Don didn't get the trip, so he had to go to Korea. It was not a good time, but I went back home to Fredericktown and lived with my mother. It was a long 13 months, but I managed. It was hard, but it was okay. He was in motor control, and he didn't have to do actually the fighting like my other brother Lynn did. But he was up front there with the automobiles and jeeps and stuff. But he kept the vehicles going and checked out and what have you. So he wouldn't change that much. Communication, spending time together, doing things that you normally wouldn't do, like fishing. Like I didn't fish. Our first big argument was over fishing because I threw the rod. Well, I did it wrong. So anyway, that's when I say communication is number one. Christmas time was a favorite time because Don and Jerry Matlock always did a lot of stuff and worked all night long before Santa Claus come. They built log cabins and put toys together. Those were very happy times for Don and I. I was going to this shop in Clayton. His name was Mr. Irvin. I didn't have to do anything. My hair was still light for many, many years. But I went there because Tracy's mother was working there. She was a hairdresser. And I went there to have my hair done, and Mr. Urban owned the shop. And he asked me if I would be a receptionist there. And I said I would, and after I was there, they said, well, you know, you should train because you could do it. And they had me start doing like a shampoo girl at first. And then I went to beauty school on Delmar, and then I had to go to Kansas City, Jefferson City, to take the state board. And it was used to be 3 days long to take the state board. Then they do it zip, zip, zip. But that is how I was going to the shop to get my hair done. And I met the manager and what have you. And it all started then when I came back from Lake Charles, Louisiana. It would be a lot of my clientele, like Mrs. McDonald, and actually Margie Weekly, which was our attorney's wife for Kelly and Liz, and also I guess another one would be like Peggy Cobush, who was a great friend for 50, 60 years and a client. These were very great people to help me through life. The hairdresser I became and the people that I become my customers and what, they were very, very, very wonderful people. I love dressing them. I love putting dresses on them and bows in their hair, and I always loved that they were little girls going to be dressed that way. They grew up to be wonderful women, and they were very good teenagers, and I had no bad problems with them. They were very much fun growing up. That I still can be able to see them and hold them and love them and kiss them. That's my favorite part, is being with them. To study hard, enjoy their years at school, listen to what their parents have to say. Their parents are usually right most of the time. They grow up to be great children and have a great mind and great education and great love for their family. Just love them, overlook their mistakes, because we all make mistakes and there will be mistakes, but love them and tell them it's okay regardless if it's anything that you can cope with at all. What is important in this life is to form some kind of faith and spirit, religious background, so you always have something to fall back on, and it's very helpful through all the times when you have bad times and when you lose family you love. And I don't know, it's just very helpful to have a spirit come into your soul and help you through each day. I'm thankful for my family, for my great-grandchildren, all of them. One of them is just as cute as the other. They are all precious and well, and that's a blessing. Very, very lucky mother. I'm a very lucky grandmother. I'm a very lucky great-great-great-grandmother. And anyway, I just hope you all grow up to be happy and stay as sweet as you are. I love you. I love my grandchildren. I love my family. I love everybody. I love everybody. Is that it?
Yep.
Okay.
Thank you.
How did I do?
You did good. You're a movie star.
Huh?
You're a movie star.
I am the star.
You did good.
Thank you.
Thank you for doing this.
You're welcome.